Hey guys, how's it going? I am a moving PNG. Deal with it. This is a presentation about the bass guitar and how it works and all the scientific stuff behind it. Now, the bass guitar is a part of the guitar family and is a stringed instrument. It's usually played in a weird position that I don't remember the name of, but it's a good position to be playing it in. Now I'm going to start talking about the diagrams. Deal with it. The bridge essentially holds the things together. It helps hold the strings upright and keeps everything all right and straight. The nut essentially keeps the height and length of the strings that are supposed to be used for the vibration to keep everything up. It holds it up to the fretboard, we're going to get there, and it keeps the thing. Okay, now it's time for the most important one, the tuning keys. The tuning keys allow the pitch to be changed and the frequency be changed as well. It can change the pitch to a higher or lower pitch, or make it stay the same. Each of the keys have a different thing. It can change the pitch of the tune. That was fun, wasn't it? Well, I actually still have more things I'm going to show you, so I'm going to walk me through a little spin in a sec. Whee! So fun! Okay, next, I want you to watch this really cool video I found of a guitar in slow motion. Really watch it and see the little vibrations going on. Boo! Did I scare you? I hope so. Because that was a pitch. You see, the way I said boo loudly is a pitch. And for you to get this is a frequency I said it at. Moving on to the video, the strings vibrate when they are plucked, just like these real. Vibrations cause each string to have a different pitch. And moving back to the tuning keys, they can change the pitch. Each one has a different level pitch to them. And if played together, all at once, you can get a very high or a very low frequency, and a song better than anything Taylor Swift has ever made. And if any of you Taylor Swift fans say, "Oh, ouchie, don't hurt my feelings," here's a little warning to you. Because I own a physical copy of Metal Gear Rising, along with an ancient medieval sword. You will be murdered on sight. Anyway, back to the video. Sorry, I got a little carried away with my Taylor Swift hate. Okay, now that that's over, now it's time for my favorite part. Time and history about the bass guitar and fun facts about it. This is going to be our final segment, sadly, so please enjoy. Transition! Now that I got your attention, our story begins in 1930 when musician and inventor Paul Tutmore got bored randomly and wanted to build a new instrument. He played around with electronics until he found, wait, I can put this on a guitar, and then proceeded to zap himself profusely until he accidentally made a new invention, the bass guitar. But that was not what it was called yet. Instead, in 1950, two inventors by the name Leo Fenderman and George Fullerman decided they were going to mass produce the guitar and call it the electric guitar. In 1953, Monk Montgomery became the first bassist to play it. The bass guitar was played by legendary musicians like Elvis Presley, and not bad musicians like Taylor Swift. Yeah, make good music, Taylor Swift, like Kendrick Lamar.
Let me hear you say, Master!
Moving on. Where was I in the script before I threatened a bunch of children? Oh, yes, musicians. Musicians, yeah. Okay. Later, bands like the Beatles and the Red Hot Chili Peppers started coming up and had their own style to the bass guitar, which caused more people to want to, use the bass guitar. And that brings us to now. Obviously, I didn't cover everything of that part, but guess what? There's another segment I want to say. Wait, why aren't you guys excited? Well, anyway, say it anyway. Yeah, so I forgot to put this in. This is going to be in the fun facts thing now. The bass guitar was actually called the Fender Percussion Bass. I forgot to put that in. I accidentally clicked on a link while recording this. Okay, just fact number 1. Okay, now there was also bass guitars with more than 6 strings. Heck, they can even go to 12 if you want to. There are 2 forms of bass guitar, electric and acoustic. Okay, so I found a really funny one. Did you know that you can just slap the bass guitar and it can make noise? Due to the strings? Just boom. Did you also know the bass guitar is the most important member in a band? As a bass player, you're responsible for linking harmony and rhythm. You have to do this or you suck. Did you know the bass guitar was actually known as the poor person's instrument? Funny, huh? Because the bass guitar is actually pretty popular now in like hip hop and all that other stuff, so. Darn you, Seattle, Washington. Remember how I said this was going to be the last segment? Well, guess what? It isn't. I got my boy Eric Cartman to explain the diagram of sound to you.
Sound travels through a medium like air, water, or solids as a wave, which involves the transfer of energy through the vibration of particles. One, vibration and deformation. Sound starts when an object vibrates like a tuning fork, a guitar string, or vocal cords. This vibration causes particles in the surrounding medium, such as air molecules, to move back and forth, transferring energy. These vibrations deform the particles, making them compress and stretch in the process. 2. Energy transfer. As the particles vibrate, they pass on the energy to adjacent particles. This is how sound energy moves through the medium. The sound waves travel outward in all directions, from the source, with energy being transferred from one particle to another. 3. Force. When an object vibrates, it creates forces that push and pull on the surrounding particles. These forces cause the particles to compress and expand, creating regions of high and low pressure called compression and rarefaction, respectively. 4. Loudness and amplitude. The loudness of sound is related to the amplitude of the vibrations. A larger amplitude means a greater force applied to the particles, leading to more energy being transferred. This results in a louder sound. In other words, amplitude is the measure of how far particles move from their equilibrium position. And larger movements produce more intense sound, higher loudness. 5. Frequency and pitch. Frequency refers to how many vibrations occur per second. The higher the frequency, the more vibrations happen in a given time. This is directly related to the pitch of the sound. Higher frequencies produce higher pitches, and lower frequencies produce lower pitches. 6. Collision. As particles vibrate, they collide with one another, transferring energy in the form of sound. These collisions cause the alternating compressions and rarefactions that make up sound waves. 7. Peak and valley. In a sound wave, the peak is the highest point of the wave, and the valley is the lowest point. The difference between the peak and valley represents the wave's amplitude, which correlates with the loudness of the sound. 8. Wavelength. The wavelength is the distance between two consecutive peaks or valleys of a sound wave. Wavelength is inversely related to frequency. Higher frequencies have shorter wavelengths, and lower frequencies have longer wavelengths. 9. Compression and rarefaction. As sound travels, it alternates between areas of compression where particles are pushed closer together, and rarefaction where particles are spread farther apart. These alternating regions of high and low pressure travel through the medium, creating the sound wave. 10. Particles in any medium. Particles, molecules in air, for example, are involved in the movement of sound. When an object vibrates, it causes it well moves. Okay, that's all from
Okay, so that was it. I hope you guys learned something. I really need an A. My parents promised me to get me a PlayStation 5 if I get all A's. That's probably not going to happen, but please, I really want one. Please. Also, I would put a blooper reel, but the bloopers are really cringy videos of me on a green screen, behind a green screen, and they're a little embarrassing. So also links are in this. My sources are in the description below, or probably in a comment. I actually don't know where I put them. Either comments or the description. They'll probably be pretty easy to find. Enjoy and goodbye. I guess.